Hello everyone, and thanks to a challenge set by Sam from Haynet, you are now watching Equi Pepper's first ever vlog. Now this challenge appeared on one of our equine bloggers groups, and the idea is that blogging is starting to move away from just writing and become more and more vlog based, video based, photo based, all that sort of thing. And the idea is that while vlogging may not suit everyone and every blog, it's a fantastic tool to be able to use and play with and interact with your readers. So Sam set us all a challenge she put us all into groups, or pairs even, and we had to come up with 5 questions to ask another blogger, and then we had to answer them in our first ever vlog, or in a vlog if you're already vlogging. So I guess the first thing to do is introduce you to my partner. I was paired up with Aisling from Tack and Tails. I'll put a little link in the description below, and there'll probably be stuff on my blog about it as well. And I guess I'm just going to go straight into the questions she's asked me. Okay. Her first question for me was, why do you think your blog is so popular? Now, this is a really nice question, because it's one of those things where nobody wants to sound arrogant enough to go, yes, my blog is popular and everyone reads it. People just aren't like that. So while it's lovely to hear that people think Equi Pepper is popular, I'm always going, there could be more done, I want more people seeing this, I want to do this, I want to reach more people. So it's fantastic to hear that people go, oh yeah, no, we really enjoy it, we really love hearing what you read. Hearing what you read? Reading what you write would be much better. So to answer your first question of why I think Equi Pepper is popular, I think it comes down to how, unlike a lot of equine blogs out there, it's not all about me and my horse. In fact, it didn't even start about being all about me and my horse. It started out as a business project at uni where we had to create a portfolio of our skills. And I did equine science at uni, so at the time, very much of my lectures formed my blog posts. So there was lots of, if I had a lecture about genetics, I'd write something about genetics, or if I had a lecture about growth plates, I'd write about growth plates. And it's all sort of developed from this, and even today my most popular posts, and the ones that are found regularly on search engines, are these factual ones. In fact, I've got a post about sarcoids and whether you should treat them or just manage them, and this is easily one of my most popular posts ever, and it's actually got a fact sheet I wrote for one of my lectures. So it's very, very closely related to my degree and how I find snippets of scientific research interesting, and then I rewrite it for myself in Equi Pepper. But people also want to know the answers to these questions they have in their heads, so they search for them in Google and find Equi Pepper, where I'm sharing all this information about it. So really, that's why I think Equi Pepper is popular. Okay. Second question. Honestly, do you read other people's blogs? Now, you can't be a blogger and not read other people's blogs. It's just a massive part of it. I'm not going to lie and say I do it as much as I should. I love reading other people's blogs, but especially recently, the past couple of months, I've started a new job, and it's just finding the time. Like, I'm struggling to find time to write my own blog, let alone then go and find other people's blogs to read. But saying that, I do have a selection of blogs who I love, and if I'm stuck for something to write, or if I'm just bored and want to go read something interesting, these are my go-to blogs. I do read them regularly, and I always enjoy reading them. So it's not that I don't read other people's blogs, I do, and I do enjoy it. I'm just recently really struggling to find the time, and it's something I keep meaning to sit down and do, and it's on my list of things to go, no, stop doing it, you need to do this instead. But it is just getting there in the first place. Okay. Third question. Have you ever had writer's block, and how do you overcome it? All the time. I get it constantly. I go through phases where I have a couple of weeks where I'm writing non-stop. I have so many ideas, and I just jot them down everywhere. And then I'll have 2 weeks where I struggle to write anything. And it's just this whole idea of, the first thing I do is, when I'm having a really motivated time, I don't post it all at once. I keep some back so I can schedule it when I'm having a dry spell. But it's also a case of, if I'm struggling for ideas, that's when I go and read lots of equine magazines, I read other blogs, I see what's happening. There's some really good groups on Facebook, not even blogging groups, just general equine groups where someone might be moaning about something, and the amount of time that's inspired me to then go write something about it. Like, lots of my ideas about like lots of management posts I've written have been inspired by people moaning about people asking questions on Facebook. Like, little things like that have inspired lots of blog posts. So I guess my tips to anyone struggling with writer's block would be to just look around at all the stuff happening around you. There's so much to write about. It's more of an issue once you've written about lots of things, trying to find something new. But there is so much out there to write about as well. Okay, 4th question. Why do you want to branch out into vlogging? I kind of feel like I've answered this a little bit already throughout what I've said anyway. But it's this idea that video is becoming a massive thing, and while I don't think a lot of my posts on Equipepper would suit vlogging, like a lot of my scientific posts, I think it would be really, really difficult to make work as a vlog. But some of my other sort of more casual updates about me and Scotty, or when I'm discussing something a bit controversial in the news, I think could work quite well as a vlog. And it's just trying to make it all a little bit more interesting, a little bit less text heavy, is what I'm sort of aiming to do with my vlogging. Final question is, what's next for Equipepper? This is a good one. I've got a few ideas in the pipeline, nothing set in stone yet, so I can't share too much, but I've got some big aims for me and Scotty this year. Hopefully it's much better than last year. And I've also got a few more ideas now that we're self-hosted and not on wordpress.com anymore. I've got quite a few ideas how we could bring more to the blog itself, like branching out into vlogging is another thing I'm hoping to bring. Hopefully get a few more press access pieces. We were really lucky to go to badminton and Olympia last year, and hoping to get to a few more things like that. And to bring you some behind the scenes, ex-racehorse specific things which other people might not be bringing you. But again, it's nothing set in stone yet, so I can't tell you too much. But that's my 5 questions done. So thank you all for listening. There'll be links to everyone I've mentioned in the description. And yeah, bye.